Hello world, welcome to the home of the numismaniac. If you like what you see, hit that like button. If you're a coin enthusiast and would like to follow along this series, please subscribe to the channel and I will do my best to share whatever knowledge I might have with you. I am not a professional numismatist, but I'm an avid numismatist myself, and I'm a member of the Edmonton Numismatic Society. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to start a series of videos on Canadian coinage and a little bit about the history and a little bit about each coin. And I'm going to start right from the very beginning. This is especially important, especially for those new collectors. And as you can see, I'm going to be starting with the Canadian 1 cent large cent variety that started back in 1858 and was in circulation until 1920. And as you can see here, I've taken one of my coins out now, my 1858 variety, and I've already got it set up on my coin microscope. And with that, I'm going to cover a few items with the help of my microscope here. And let's start right from the very beginning. Now, back in 1900, let's talk about the decimal coins from Canada. In the middle of the 19th century, Canada was overflowing with tokens minted by different banks and merchants. And this was in order to facilitate transactions within the United States and to implant a more uniform coinage system. The Dominion of Canada asked to start their own coinage system, and the British government reluctantly approved it back in 1850. And they were in great discussion about the pound shilling coinage system and how that was going to work. Now, the Canadians opposed the system, the British system, but in 1853, the dollar-cent coinage system for Canada was adopted. On the first 1 cent coin struck, the portrait of Queen Victoria has a laurel wreath on her head. On the reverse side, there is a vine, and we'll swing that around here. Try not to, there we go. We can get that clear. Yeah, I think you can see that. Yeah, there's a vine with 16 leaves around its circumference. The obverse and reverse was the artwork of Leonard C. Wyon from the London Royal Mint. And the coins had specific properties that included 25.4 millimeter diameter. And the 25.4 millimeter diameter, I've checked it out with my calipers here. And actually, because it's a 150-year-old coin, it was a little bit smaller than the original size, but that's due to wear. The thickness was 1.22 millimeters. The weight was 4.54 grams, and I was curious about that, and I got that on there. And put that on there, and it's 4.49 grams now. So you can see that it's lost a little bit of weight over the 150 years or so. The edge is smooth, and the composition is 0.95 copper, 0.04 tin, and 0.01 zinc. Now the axis of the dies is up, both sides are pointed up. Now that's an important thing to note, because I see a lot of coinage, especially in the U.S., where As you can see, the obverse is pointed so that the top of the head is up. And when you turn it over, of course, you can see that it's right side up on that too. The other thing is the avoir de poids is 1/100th of a pound. Now, that's an interesting word, but it's been used since the 13th century. And it's 1/100th of a pound. It's a measurement of weight. So a lot of people didn't know that, but that's a unit of measurement that they used for many centuries. And that's one of the things we're looking at with that coin. The first order was placed for the 1 cent. It was actually, the original order was for 10 million coins. Explained why the Royal Mint was only able to strike 421,000 coins of that year. That would make this a key date. The remaining balance was struck in 1859, and around 20 of the dies were made for the 1858 order, of which 11 were not used until 1859 and were restruck with a 9 over the last 8 in the date. In 1859, many dies were made with different font styles of the numeral 9. So that's one of the fun things about collecting coins, is you're going to find variations. And I'll show you. There we go. In 1859, many dies were made with different font styles for the number 9. Now, 3 types of the narrow 9s were made, and the wide 9 was used to restrike the 1858 coins. These dies deteriorated rapidly from overuse in the minting of coins for the other provinces in Canada. This use and the subsequent diminished die detail required that the coins be struck multiple times with the same die. This process actually produced several variations. In fact, there were, I believe, 8 variations of this particular coin. So if you're collecting these types of coins, you can count on the fact that you'll be looking at the variations. So again, you're going to have to look at the inside portion of the 9 here, and the shape of the thing, whether it be oval or more rounded. Same with here. Some have squares, some have a little piece that jots up in between and down below here. You'll have to pull out your book and take a look and find the different types there are. In your typeset or set albums, you're going to find typically one spot to put your coin, but you've actually got 8 different types that you can collect for the 1859 version of the large cents. So it's quite a different type of coin compared to what we have today. I think they're handsome looking coins, and I really encourage you to do your best to build your typesets and try to fill in as many of the gaps that you can. And we'll go through each one of them. Again, this one version I'm using the Vista albums from Lighthouse. It actually has all the different mintages. And as you can see there, the 1858 is a very low mintage. And as you go on down, you can see all the different mintages and which ones would be considered key. So that's my portion for today, and I hope you enjoyed it. I hope I can trim my videos a little bit better as I go along, get a little bit better at doing this. But this is an educational opportunity to learn a little bit more about numismatics and to share. And like I said, remember that I am a hobbyist, and I'm by no means a professional at this, but I am taking it one step at a time, and I'd like to share that adventure with you. And with that, I'm going to let you go, and thank you for sharing some of your valuable time with me. Have a great day.